So you have been trying really hard to live a normal life despite your hyperhidrosis. But the thing is, it's not letting you live. It's not letting you do things which you actually want to do. Maybe it's like socializing, going out with friends, having more friends, or like having girlfriend, dating, or even in professional life. Maybe you wanna get the manager role or anything else. Maybe get another job or another like career you wanna go, like sales, where you have to interact with people a lot. But you are still stuck to your old job or to your old career or to your old situation just because of your hyperhidrosis, because it has somehow put you in a cage where you just can't get out. You just don't have your freedom, and you are constantly asking yourself in your head that can you really live a normal life despite hyperhidrosis? I have asked these questions like I don't know how many times, a million times, to myself while I was struggling in the past decades. And there were no one who could answer me this. I just had to rely on my own, and I had to figure out on my own. But now I have actually found the answer, and I will share with you that. So you just don't have to think about this anymore. Another tricky thing about this question is it has two answers. It has two ways. So let's talk about both of the ways. So the first thing is wet life. So this is actually my term which I am using. So wet life basically means you are living your life as a wet person, as a person whose hyperhidrosis or whose excessive sweating is not in control. You are just dripping sweat everywhere in everything what you are doing, in every situation. I have lived that way almost entire life. And if you are in that situation and you are asking yourself, can you really live a normal life? The answer is somewhat yes, you can. But the thing is, there will be always that desire or that thought or that limitation that it won't let you fully enjoy or fully live the experience which you are actually looking for. Like if you have hyperhidrosis in your palms, holding hands and walking or just touching people, it's not always gonna be possible for you. There's always gonna be some level of resistance. And if you're fine with that, then you can live your life normally. You can live a normal life despite hyperhidrosis. But the second way is actually a better way, which I have found, and which, if you're like on that way, you can actually live your life to the fullest. Now, the second way is, which I am talking about, is like dry life. Here, you still have hyperhidrosis. Hyperhidrosis basically is not going away. If you are like thinking that, oh, my condition will go away, it's not gonna go away. You're like, you will have this till your death. But here, you are dry despite hyperhidrosis. How? So there are many methods with whom you can get dry, and I have talked about that a lot. Even I have made a detailed specific program just for that, just to get you dry. If you are interested, there's going to be the first link in the description. You could check it out. Now, let's come to the point. Could you really live a normal life despite hyperhidrosis? Yes, you could actually live your life to the fullest if you go with a dry life. The difference here is you are actively treating your hyperhidrosis with the ways that actually works. And trust me, you will get dry. Like, I was diagnosed at the age of 5. Now I'm 27. I had more than 2 decades of suffering with hyperhidrosis. And I'm sitting here telling you that getting dry is possible. I got dry and I am living to the fullest now. To the actually fullest. I'm doing all the things which once I had to like skip. Like I am doing everything. I'm socializing, I'm giving out handshakes, I'm touching people, I'm like holding hands, I'm playing sports, I'm going to the gym, everything which I once had to skip just because of my wet palms. Now I don't have to keep my palms in my pockets. Now I can actually use them throughout my conversation or even while like making this. I'm using my palms like a gesture. I'm not here like hiding my palms because my entire life I have actually hide my palms. That's the reality. Even you have done that. You could actually live a normal life to the fullest despite hyperhidrosis. I am a living example of that. Just remember that. You could actually live a normal life. You just have to get dry. You could also live a normal life despite hyperhidrosis, even if like you are wet. But there's gonna be always some level of resistance. There's always gonna be some level of limitation. Like you couldn't pass that. There's always gonna be in that. But if you have like the option to get dry, why wouldn't you? You like it's a no-brainer. If I am telling you there are solutions which will get you dry, why would you still live your life as a wet person, limiting your like limiting everything? Why wouldn't you live to the fullest, just like everybody else? Follow the path which I am telling you exactly. Getting dry is possible, and we could actually live our lives to the fullest despite this chronic condition, despite our excessive sweating. Like few years back, if someone had told me this, I wouldn't have believed him. Honestly, that's gonna be like that was my first reaction. I wouldn't have believed him. But if he told me the things I am telling you from so much time, I would have actually believed. I would have actually give it a try. Because let's be honest, you're like spending your money buying this product, buying that product, going to this dermatologist, going to that clinic. You're trying out everything, but you're not just getting there. Just don't lose hope. So let me just clear it again. In wet life, which probably you are currently in, you are just living your life, but you are letting hyperhidrosis ruin your life. It has put a cap on certain things which you just can't do. It won't let you do. And even if it's physically possible, your mind won't let it do. That's the grip of hyperhidrosis on your whole self. But then there's also the other part, the second way, which is dry life. Here, you are living to your fullest despite your condition because you are constantly controlling your biology. You are constantly controlling your hyperhidrosis. Now, you tell me which is the better way. If I told you there's still a solution to your condition, would you still be living in the wet life or you would choose dry life? Like if I was in your shoes, I would go for the dry life. Why would I let hyperhidrosis ruin my experiences or limit me to do anything? Why? I want to live to my fullest. Ask yourself, why are you letting it ruin your life? You have made so much progress, just not enough to get to the other side. If you need more help, check out the first link in the description. And trust me, it will get you dry. If you want to talk to me or if you need any personal help regarding your hyperhidrosis or your confidence, there's also going to be a link to book a 1 hour call with me. It's for free. Let's get you sorted. I'll see you right there.